Alright, we're here in the million-mile Volkswagen New Beetle with my dad. This is my dad. Say hi, Dad.
Hi.
So, when did you get this car, Dad?
It's a 1998, and I got it in August of '98. Back then, I had to wait quite a while. I think I ordered it in March, and so came in somewhere in the first part of August, I believe.
And what's the odometer reading right now?
999,993.
So we're going to go on a joyride here until she turns over. How did you get so many miles on this car?
Well, primary use of the car is for courier work. I drive 360 miles approximately a day. We're in the Twin Cities, and I go over to La Crosse, Wisconsin, and stop in Rochester on the way back. So it's 360 miles a day, maybe just a tad less.
And what kind of work have you had done to the car? What's original and what's been replaced?
Well, just about everything that moves has been replaced, I guess. I tried to keep the engine original, put in a complete overhaul. I did an overhaul at 300,000, and then around 918 again. So.
But it's the same engine that it was new, or is it different?
Well, I put quite a bit into it, and then it didn't want to run right. There was one of the cylinders came up a little bit too high, the number 3 cylinder. The rod, I guess, that I put in it was just a little bit too long. So it came up like a 32nd of an inch too high, and the computer just didn't seem to want to accept it. So it smoked bad and didn't want to start when it got below 40 degrees. So I just went ahead and put in a rebuilt engine.
And that was at how many?
918,000.
That's pretty close for one engine. That's like semi-truck miles almost.
Yeah, it's a lot of miles. So then we got about 82,000 on this rebuilt engine here. Car's been hand painted twice, so it's been stored outside almost all the time. I have a weekend job that I can put the car in overnight, Saturday or Friday and Saturday nights. Other than that, it's been outside the entire time. So the paint has faded out in the sun, and so hand painted it twice. The last time was done here, I believe it was the end of August, beginning of September of this year, 2014.
So what are we at now on the odometer over there?
999,995.
5 miles to go.
5 miles.
So we'll be over the hump shortly here. We're not really sure if it's going to go back to 0 or if it's going to add another digit on there. We'll find out, I guess. So we probably should acknowledge that there's been a whole bunch of other miles on another Beetle that you had and sold. How many miles did you put on that?
Yeah, I had a 2006 New Beetle. I put 351,000 on that one, and that needed some work done on it. At the same time that this one was being worked on off and on, so I needed one car that would stay on the road, so I traded that one off. That was the Harvest Moon color. And,
so you've really got about 13 or 1.3 million Volkswagen miles here then.
Yeah, I guess you could say that.
Not too shabby.
And now I put about 85,000 miles on a red Fiat Pop 500 while I was waiting for this one time in the shop, have different mechanics work on it, and sometimes, I don't know, they get busy or take a vacation or can't get the parts. Or anyway, I got that one in February 3rd of 2013, and within 10 months I had 85,000 on that one. We are now at 996. 999,996.
Yep, confirmed on video for the viewers we get, if there are any. So how's the car's personality changed over the years? We've got a few creaks and groans now.
Yeah, there's a noise here and there, or an engine light that won't go off, that I just took some black material and just cut the right shape and put it over the light. It was not wanting to stay off from the mechanic that I had put the rebuilt engine in, so mechanics have been a little bit irritated, I suppose, from time to time, wondering why in the world I want to do this. I've been asked by one of my mechanics, "You don't really want to fix that again, do you?" Well, I don't say no, and so he knows. He just goes at it, tries to fix things so that they work and not put a lot of money or extra money into it.
Well, for the amount of miles you put on, the amount of repairs has not been excessive, really. I mean, you had a pretty good run.
I've taken really good care of it, and I was just mentioning before the tape went on here that the heater box right now is broken from the dial, so I can't turn the dial. It's cold up here in Minnesota in the wintertime. We get a lot of snow and ice, so I need the defrost more than anything else. And so he said, well, he could wire it up and fasten it with the wire ties. And he just told me not to move it very much, but I'm not going to move it at all. I'm just going to leave it on defrost.
Well, it just means the car has character now.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't think you've said what kind of drivetrain we got in this thing here.
Front wheel drive?
No, what kind of engine has it got?
Oh, the 1.9 diesel. 1.9 liter diesel.
And it's a stick too?
Yep, it's a stick.
What are we doing on the mileage here? Don't get distracted.
It's at 997. Hope the lighting is okay so you can see.
It'll be okay. Got the steering wheel's got some character to it as well.
Yeah, it's kind of wore off the silver paint here on each of the, I don't know if you call them lugs, steering lugs. And there's some character down here in the shift. Yeah, that's kind of I've been
original letter on
about replacing it. It's quite original. It's $9.98.
Yeah, you got to keep that stuff. It shows the car's had a life. You know?
Yeah.
So what's the plan after you cross 1 million? Are you going to put her in the garage and call it a day, or try to see how many miles you can get?
No, I'm planning to buy a new set of tires now. These are wore out, and it makes the car ride a little bit rough, but I was waiting to get I forget the name of the tires, weather beater or something like that. They work real good in the snow, so I thought I'd get one more set of those and put them on now in the next week or two. Get front end alignment done again. had some work on it, and the last time they just put it back together. I did a rack and pinion on here, and the heater core went out, so I did both of those, and then just set the front end back down again and didn't realign it, and one of the mechanics thought that should be done again. It's at $9.99. Do you want me to pull over?
Well, you get a picture that way, you mean?
I can't see it real good in here, but
Yeah, we gotta keep going.
okay.
We'll just film it turning over probably, and as soon as it turns over, maybe stop, huh?
We have all nines, 6 nines on there.
Make sure you're not... So it's only a matter of time here. I'm trying to keep the camera steady. It's a little difficult, but apologize for the shakiness there. We try to take a right and get off the main drag.
I think it's got about a half a mile to go here, if I had to guess.
Well, we're just turning off the main drag here now so that we don't hold up any traffic. But
Oh, there you can see it real good.
there we go, anytime now. It's all nines. Hopefully we're going to capture the actual digit flopping over. That would be the ideal scenario, so any naysayers out there will see it happen on video.
Going through the residential district here, so it's going to happen a little bit slower, which is all right. So I don't have to turn the steering wheel too much. The trip miles is at 0.9, and I think it's going to turn over the main odometer here when it gets to 0.1. Thinking.
Really close.
Still at $9.99, as you can see.
Yeah, and the trip turned over to 250, so it should be happening here at any moment. Or maybe it'll be stuck at nines forever.
Huh.
Time will tell. Engineers probably never thought anyone would get this far.
Now it's at 0.1.
That might be the case here. It might be stuck at nines forever.
Still going. 0.2 is the trip meter.
Did you set that when there was 250 left exactly?
No. Whenever I fill it with fuel, I reset it. It's at 0.3.
Hard to see on the camera. We're going into the sun, but
Up the road.
maybe hang a right. We'll try to get some backlight on the dash here. That might help.
I'm gonna go right here.
Yeah.
We're on another major road.
Switch hands.
I'm starting to wonder.
Yeah, I think you might have nines for the rest of this car's natural life. What do you think? Green light, by the way.
I go by.
I guess it's not like the old days when it was dials, they would just reset, so maybe we'll be stuck.
It's at 0.7 here.
What was the trip at when it went to 9?
I just been going at about when. I thought the last time I reset it, it was at 0.1, but I guess I must have been wrong.
Well, if it doesn't happen in about a half a mile, I think we have our answer. You'll have to keep a logbook from now on to keep track of how many miles are actually on the car.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to turn over. We had 251 on the bottom one now, so. What are we doing back there? Stripping gears in this odometer or what?
Yeah, it's all digits. It's all computer, so I suppose there are no gears.
It's not going to go.
Nope. Well, there's our answer. How do you feel about that? A little disappointed, maybe?
Yeah, I am kind of a little bit disappointed, but I guess I won't have trouble proving to anybody that I got 1,000,000 miles now.
Well, we got the record of it happening too, so we know it's not just a bug or something, right? There's not a computer problem. Well, do you have any final words before we sign off here?
Well, it's been a fun car to drive. I obviously drive a lot and I enjoy it. Had 2 bugs, so I don't know, people. When you take a look at this, maybe you could vote for me getting a new one from Volkswagen. What do you say?
Yeah, we're going to tweet at Volkswagen America and probably their headquarters too and see if they will take some notice and maybe give my dad a little recognition for taking care of this car for so many years and putting on that many miles, and we'll see what happens. So with that, we'll probably sign it off and get one last look at the odometer and see that it has not moved. So that's where it's going to be. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Goodbye.